So we have part 3 of the conference for 3-2-23. So Oregon now is taking on Stanford here. So now Oregon, Stanford's 51-45. They're number 1 seed. Well, in the first round of the WCC tournament on BYU TV and Stadium.com in West Coast Conference. Now, St. Mary's up 55-37 on Maryville. Green State's up 51-35 on Milwaukee. In the Barbasol Horizon League Championship quarterfinal. In the second Barbasol Horizon League Championship, this is 5 against the 4 by Northern. And this is Northern. I thought it was be the 5, but it is not. It is this is the 1 and the 3, so they're playing at separate times, so people can watch. This one you can watch. They will be able to watch Milwaukee, Cleveland, Green Bay. And this they watch their opponent, which is Northern Kentucky Youngstown State. They watch their opponent. Yeah. Anyways, Cleveland in the second one, Northern Kentucky, the 5 is on the road. This is at Youngstown State's campus. This is a campus site game. And Youngstown is up Northern Kentucky's up 50-40 over Youngstown. Youngstown had a slow, sluggish second quarter, 8 points only. And then there's the MEAC ending. And then the ACC tournament. Number 18, North Carolina, they're on the bubble looking to host NCAAs. These Power 5 conferences, like the Big East, Big 10, ACC, SEC, Pac-12, all these conferences are ending. And they're looking to host, these teams are in the bubble looking to host. And these conference tournaments can really make or break who's going to host the conference tournament, or who's going to host the NCAAs. And North Carolina doesn't want to lose to Clemson like this to prove with 10 losses they should be unranked. North Carolina is kind of overranked. Their 9 losses, they should not be in. But if they get ranked, but you know what? I mean, they're like, I don't know though. Yeah, they're still in the bubble of hosting though. And then we have Georgia up 38-25 over Auburn. Auburn's pretty much alive for the WNIT. Anyway, so they just have to win it all to win the SEC tournament to go to the NCAAs. And then a sluggish game. High Point is up. The 2 seed is up 16-15 in South Carolina. Upstate. Yeah, High Point is second in the Big South. So basically, they have to hope. If they were to lose, they'd have to hope Gardner-Webb wins the championship. Which, they don't want to rely on Gardner-Webb having to have Gardner-Webb win the championship. They don't want to do that. So they can get in the NIT. They don't want to do that. And then we have the NEC for first round, or for NEC last game of the season. We have Wisconsin and Purdue. Wisconsin 24-11 on Purdue, now 25-11 after their free throw mate. So it's a big upset brewing right here if Purdue was to lose. That'd be huge. Some of these teams are going to sluggish, like Jackson State 11-6, or it's the kind of guys sluggish game right there. So some of these teams are being sluggish too. They're just being, they're rising up to it. And then we have Samford up 13-11 at East Tennessee State. If East Tennessee State loses, they'd have to hope Wofford wins the tournament. Otherwise, actually, Chattanooga might. Wofford. Actually, they're the 3, so they have the Stanford as the 6. So they can actually not afford to lose. They actually not afford to lose to Stanford to the 6. So. And then Purdue Fort Wayne IUPUI in the Barbasol Horizon League quarterfinal, the third quarterfinal day That's and starting right now on ESPN Plus. And then in like a minute, it's 5:10 p.m. And then a half hour, my time, is Davidson and St. Joseph's at 6:30 p.m. Central, 7:30 Eastern, in the final game of the night. And then at Eastern on SC North is Kentucky, looking to get some wins to stay in the SEC tournament, or to go to even NIT. If they go to NIT, they would need 2 wins. They would need a win in the second round and a win in the quarters. They would need 2 wins in a row. This 12-19 actually kicks them out of the NIT, and there's NIT bubble. And it always used to be the SEC used to be the strongest conference. That was the American and the ACC and the Power 5. And there are some good mid-majors with a couple of schools like the Ivy, the WCC. The American has some good schools. So. But yeah, and then the Wright State Green Bay, they're playing in the final quarterfinal at Eastern, or 7 Central on ESPN Plus. The Barcelona New Championship quarterfinal at Eastern on ESPN Plus. We have the Big South quarterfinal, Longwood and Campbell at Eastern. Both teams are fighting for to go to the NCAAs if they can win it all. But these teams are also fighting for a berth, if nothing else. They can get an WNIT berth. And try to do some damage in the WNIT at Eastern on the ACC North. At 6 Pacific on the Pac-12 North, we still have Washington State and Utah. At 8 Central, 9 Eastern on the Big Ten North, we have Rutgers and Illinois. And Target we have this one. And then at 8:30 Pacific, or in Las Vegas, at Michelob Arena, home of the Las Vegas Aces, Oregon State's trying to survive. I mean, they have it, even if they lose. But their chances get diminished the more they lose. If they lose this one, or if they win this one, their chances of being under 500 team increase. And Colorado is now 22-7, and so it's a tough task for Oregon State. At 10:30 Pacific, 8:30 Pacific, on Pac-12 Network, presented by her quarterfinal. Then we have some finals that just ended. Tennessee Tech ends SIU Edwardsville's season. Tennessee Tech is a 76-62 winner over Edwardsville. Tennessee Tech goes on to face Southern Illinois. Tennessee Tech does. And they face Eastern Illinois because they're the 2 seed. And Tennessee Tech actually does have a good chance of the Eastern Illinois. Maybe the break in the practice time they're getting before they travel to Evansville. Maybe they traveled there yesterday, let's say, or today even. Like they travel early, travel late there, so they stay all the days, So I could see that, And then we have George Washington, Serrato will do skiing, 71-68. Skiing survived yesterday over Chicago for the FD7. They couldn't win today over George Washington, 71-68. And then it is and then we have Michigan. Then we have Texas. And then Pepperdine beat St. Clair 63-60. Chattanooga beat Furman 63-52. And then we have UCLA beat Arizona 73-15 with a big solid third quarter. Michigan settled Penn State 63-61. So with that, Michigan might be out of the bubble and hosting, but they do survive that. So we'll see if they can survive tomorrow and get a win. then their chance, they at least make it the semis, then their chance of hosting are better. So that is about it. So I'm gonna be going back to watching some other games right now. Right now, Oregon, Stanford, school looks like they're gonna be Oregon 60-47. Loyola Marymount looks like they're going to blow by St. Mary's. Then I'm gonna watch this one, the Horizon League quarter. Cleveland State and Milwaukee. Cleveland State would lose. Then they would have to hope Milwaukee, or they would have to hope Green Bay. Excuse me, not Milwaukee, Green Bay. And it's the Horizon League the Barbers Horizon League Championship. That's what Cleveland State would have to hope if Milwaukee was to beat them, so they can get berth in the WNIT. Northern not 50, and Youngstown. This is a huge upset. Youngstown could make it to WNIT, but they need at least to make it to the championship or the semis. At least the semis. Maybe the WBI, but we'll see on that. Yeah, and then now it's third quarter. Auburn now trying to beat Georgia with it. They're still at second quarter by Georgia. 40-29 now is the score still. And then one last update. Wisconsin 27, Purdue 12. And Stanford 17. East Tennessee State 15. And early 5-0 lead by IUPUI and Purdue 4. There you go, part 3 of the day. I'm going to be doing a lot of these updates for the day on these March Madness tournaments. Games. I just want to do a bunch of updates in these games. Watch these games, do some updates. So, yeah, so take care.